the Oklahoma Newsroom, this is an OU Update with Jason Kersey. I'm Jenny Carlson. Jason, obviously spring ball now over for the Sooners, and the question remains, who will quarterback this team come the fall? What's your best guess about how this is all going to play out in terms of when we might learn who the starting quarterback is?
I don't think there's any reason to believe that we're going to know any time before, maybe 2 weeks before the first game. That's just Bob Stoops' style. He's never felt a need to name a quarterback early. And in this case, he's got a guy in Trevor Knight who has had some success, obviously, but also been very inconsistent. And I think Trevor Knight's sort of the underdog right now. If you go ahead and name Baker Mayfield the starter, there's a chance Trevor Knight might leave, and I don't think you want that to happen. So, beyond that, Bob Stoops has just always sort of encouraged competition. I think if they would have named a quarterback after the spring 2 years ago, it would have been Blake Bell.
Yeah, that's right. Well, and there's a lot of dynamics, though, at play, because you had the whole summer, and really your quarterback sort of becomes your almost de facto coach or leader in the offseason in that summertime. Is it made easier not to have a starter named, knowing that a guy like Trevor Knight has been your starter, a guy like Baker Mayfield has been a starter before, and those guys can assume those roles?
Yeah, I think that can help, but also, you know, one thing Bob Stoops has said a bunch of times in the past is that he doesn't feel like he has to have someone, doesn't feel like he has to have a quarterback be the leader through the summer, especially because he's got a lot of other guys on the team that can be good leaders. Eric Stryker, Ty Darlington, even a guy like Samaje Perine has had enough success, I think, where he could be sort of assume a leadership role this summer. So I don't think you necessarily have to have that with this team.
Well, and you also mentioned the dynamic of the transfer. If you name a quarterback now, does suddenly your depth get depleted? I mean, that has to be a real concern, I would think.
Yeah, I think it could be, because if Baker Mayfield's named the starter, then you got to assume then that the next 2 years he's going to, you assume he's going to be the guy. Trevor Knight would probably have a tougher time getting another shot. Cody Thomas is only a year behind him. Justice Hansen is still far enough back. I don't think that you'd really risk losing him. But with Cody Thomas and Trevor Knight, you definitely could be.
That's a dance that I guess those coaches have to play out every year. Thanks, Jason. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.